that was longer than I remember. But man, it felt good to do that. And honestly, from a mental perspective, that was way easier than what I was doing yesterday, just because I knew what was ahead of me, and I knew kind of approximately how much longer. When you have no idea, and you just keep going up and up and up, it takes its toll on you. All right, I'm gonna stop, have some water, and then I'm gonna check the elevation gain on that too. 600 feet elevation gain in about 2/3 of a mile. So definitely steep, but I've entered into the delirium to where it's like, we just keep going. So forget what I said about, being disappointed in myself about what I'd accomplished. I'm pretty impressed with myself. I think I just needed to kind of have a couple of days to warm up, because I haven't done any backpacking for November, December, January, 4 months. So, you get out of practice when you don't do it all the time. But I'm feeling good. So now I have a nice stroll down to my last campsite. So it's been a good trip. Boy, I have not seen a hint of wildlife out here. Not a bird, not a squirrel. I did see a caterpillar looking thing that was right on the trail this morning. And I heard the frogs the first day, but I didn't see them. So I don't know. I don't know where everybody's hiding out, but fine with me. Oh, I did see some deer tracks yesterday on a muddy section of the trail before I got to White Rock, but that's the only evidence. I haven't seen any scat. Now, I will say this. On the first day, when I was scouting around Frog Bayou trying to find a way across that sucker, I saw a tree that looked like it had been gnawed by a beaver, because it was chopped off about a foot off the ground, and it had the little pointy stump. But I was too focused on trying to figure out if I was going to be able to make it across that river to be looking to see if I saw anything. But yeah, just the woods and the sky and all the dead leaves and the water. I've really enjoyed the water. That's been my favorite part. The color, and honestly, it's not, I don't think it's that cold. Maybe it is to normal people, but I don't think it's definitely not ice cold by any stretch of the imagination. It's it's cool. I wouldn't want to go swimming in it, but it's not ice cold like some of the streams and lakes in Colorado. And something else about the Far Out app, about how you can't really rely on it for water sources or campsites. Hurricane Creek is not listed as a water source or a campsite. And it's a great water source and a great campsite. So that's not accurate. And then Jack Creek, where I'm going to stay tonight is not listed as a water source or a campsite. So, you know, but Salt Fork or Lake, whichever you prefer, that I stayed at last night was listed as, I believe, both. I believe they had it listed as a water source and a campsite. So you just kind of have to, like I said, just take it with a grain of salt. GPS, awesome. Other information, not so much. I just had a really interesting thought. What if Frog Bayou is named Frog Bayou because of all the frogs? Because it wasn't too long after I crossed it that I started hearing all those frogs. And I mean, like I said, there must have been hundreds of frogs. So I wonder if that's how it got its name. Being from Kansas City originally, I always think of the Ozarks as being in Missouri, which they are, obviously. But I mean, this is the Ozark Highlands Trail, and it's in Arkansas. So I'm not 100% sure that it's still considered the Ozarks, but I think it is. I'm just gonna say it is. And so yeah, I'm in the Ozarks. Where are you staying? You staying at Hurricane Creek? No, I'm in the next holler over. I'm at staying at Jack Creek. Next holler. I'm losing it. Next holler over. I spy Jack Creek. And look at there. There's a recliner. In case you wanna, well, I guess you can't look at the water if you're facing that direction, but it's nice. It's the first time that I've ever seen people, I've never seen recliners made out of rocks before. I guess because there's just so many good rocks here that you can do that with, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I like it. Okay, I gotta decide where I'm gonna stay. Here's a site here with a recliner, literally right on the trail, and I would probably put my tent there, but there is a branch hanging precariously, just waiting to fall down. So I think I'm gonna keep looking. I kind of like to be closer to the water anyway. I like being right next to the water. Okay, after walking around the whole area, I only found one other campsite, and it's I don't think it's been used for quite some time. It's pretty overgrown. So I'm just gonna make this work and try to figure out where to put my tent. But yep, guess this will be home for the night. Honestly, compared to where I have been staying, this site is kind of a dud. It's I don't think anybody ever stays here. It's just kind of overgrown and messy looking. Things I do like about it, I love that I can just walk right into the creek, that it's shallow enough and gentle enough that I can just walk right in there to get my water. So that is a nice feature, because the two rivers that I stayed at the past 2 nights have been quite strong. And then, I mean, I like the location. I like how I'm down in this little holler here. I like how I've just kind of got mountains all the way around me. So, I mean, I do think that's pretty, but just it needs a little maintenance, you know? If somebody could just come through here with a weed eater and just kind of clear some stuff, and, you know, maybe set up a couple more campsites and trim some of the trees, then I think it would be good. But yeah, it'll do.